I mean, to be fair, anybody will look at us like madmen. Trinidad's a lovely fishery. It's great for tarpon fishing, great for kingfishing, great for wahoo fishing, tuna fishing, but not a lot of billfish here ever. Funny enough, I haven't been fishing that long. I actually did not like fishing growing up. I love boats. I love being on the sea. And one day I realized that if you fish, you get to drive boats for longer. And I realized it was a pretty cool thing, and I was like, all right. So one day went out, tried it, and was hooked, fell in love. That was it. It was quite intense to actually go that day. Completely planned to go and fish for sailfish. It's not something we'll do here at any point in time. Even if we go out a day on the North Coast to say we're going to go and catch sailfish, I mean, we're kind of bummed, and we're just talking about it. We're going out there with a bunch of wahoo guys to catch wahoo and pray we might see one or not, drink a bunch of rum and have a good time. To go out that day and be fully prepared and rigged was quite crazy, quite intense for us to see, quite intense for me to really be there the night before, getting everything ready, and me and George sitting down, rigging baits and getting ourselves prepped and ready to go out there and do it was a little bit surreal, to be honest.
People don't really go out fishing and target sailfish as their main species to catch in Trinidad. We just wanted to try it, you know. We always talked about it. We just wanted to try and actually see if it makes sense. And look how it turned out. We did good, you know.
We left the club around 6 a.m. to try to get out fishing by 6:30. Be on the spotting lines in the water at 6:30, 6:40. My role is pretty simple. It's just to make sure everything's good, make sure we're all prepped and ready to go before we leave the dock, make sure the boat's ready to go, make sure the gear is ready, we have bait rig.
The rigs we use, we have a 20-foot wind-on leader connected to a swivel and 12-foot fluorocarbon leader attached to a 9-0 circular. And we use our rig and swivel, just clip on the balloon and good to go. When we set in the spread, we normally put the dredges out first, then we get the chains out in the water.
Daisy chains are basically lures that are out there just to create white water and attract fish. Creates a lot of noise, a lot of vibration. It's about attracting fish with artificial lures, getting fish to come up to the surface and get the fish right behind the lures. Just as the fish is about to eat, we switch them out with a baited hook and catch the fish. We're out there for a little bit, trying to find the fish. Coming down on a spot we've been fishing for a little bit. Thought we saw something below the left rigger, shouted downstairs. George was on it right away.
When I saw the fish switch over from the chain to my bait, I saw him eat it and I just gave him time and I closed the bail, wrapped on it and ducked the fish. Smoked me out. He started jumping and I was just hoping he didn't spit, he was hooked good, and after the first couple jumps I was like, right, nice, you know.
The excitement kicked in and we knew that George was hooked up for sure. Fish breached for the first time. We got that sail straight out of the water and it was game on from there, you know. The communication between me and George becomes very important. It's all about George telling me when the fish is ready, when the fish is swimming away from the boat, when he's swimming towards the boat, swimming towards the left, to the right, whether I need to have the boat in reverse, have the boat in forward. Sailfish are really crazy fish. They don't tend to just swim one way, you put the drag up, strike the rod, and bring the fish straight to the boat. It never really works out that way. We're also fishing very, very light line. Tend to fish 25 and 30 pound line, 5 and 6 pounds of drag. After releasing that first fish, I mean, we were pretty much ready in our glee. We came out here, we did what nobody expected us to do, and we were very, very content with what we had achieved. But being the fishermen that we are, we stuck it out there, stayed out there, see what else we catch again. And before I could have even said anything this time, George was right on it.
I immediately grabbed the flat line and started shouting to Liam, pull up the chain right side. And I got my rod in the air and the fish switched over, came up the chain, ate my bait. I free spooled him once again and started smoking me out.
In that space of time, I saw the left rigger come up the clip and just started screaming to the boys. Darren had his phone in his hand. You know, things went kind of haywire. He flew towards the rod, and just like that, we had a double hookup. So just from catching that first one, now to having these two hooked up, pretty crazy. Also very, very scary as a captain, because sometimes the fish don't tend to react the same way and do what you want them to do. One fish went this way, the other fish went the other way, and from there it was all haywire. We had to get George in the back, Darren all the way up on the bow. Basically at that point, it gets really, really difficult for me. Luckily enough, when you have skilled anglers and skilled crew, everything kind of starts to work a little bit better. We already knew by the time we were coming back on both fish that Darren's fish was a lot further than George's fish, that George's fish was going to be the first fish. Then it becomes a point of getting Darren in a position where we don't lose his fish and run out of line, but we catch George's own quickly, and there's somebody there to help George to get his fish released quickly, and we get to Darren's fish as fast as possible.
My fish was closer, so we dealt with it first. We got him on the leader, Dominic bust him off, and I immediately went up on the bow to help Darren. We got his release very quick, drove up on the fish, got the leader, and we busted it off.
It's very incredible. We're fishing out here in Trinidad. The water is lovely. There's a lot of bilgeys out here, something that you'd never see outside here. We usually travel to places like Trinidad and Tobago, 80, 60 miles to travel just to see a bilgeys. It's now 8:47. We started fishing around 6:30, 6:45. We've been out there for about a couple of hours and we're 3 to 3 on the sailfish. Just got a lovely double header. It's incredible. All in all, it was a pretty epic day. I was really, really impressed with the crew on the deck. We worked really, really good together. The bites was pretty textbook, hookups a textbook, releases a textbook. It was pretty awesome. You don't get days like that every day, and that day was definitely one of those days.